Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, please reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to welcome back to the show Mr. LarryWBrooks, man. He's been away on assignment, man. So everybody out there in the audience, in the community, relax. The Texas Real Estate King is back. So I want to take this time to formally introduce my co-host. As you can see, he's not only a highly successful real estate broker, multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand, back from handling nothing but serious business on the road, pushing the brand and planting flags, is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. LarryWBrooks. What's happening, baby?
Hey, man, planting flags?
Planting flags, man. You know how it is out here, man.
Come on, man. I love it. You know, whenever someone says planting flags, you can't do nothing but envision the moon landing.
Come on, man. What? Look, see, these people, they follow you on Instagram. They follow you on Facebook. They see you getting it in. They see you traveling. But I think sometimes people undervalue the lengths that you go to not only push the Prime Real Estate Network brand, but to also further the brand. Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, you're always out recruiting. Yeah. So from that standpoint, I hate the episodes when you're not here. Yeah. But I know business is getting handled, so I don't really trip that hard.
It got to take place.
So it's good to have you back, brother, man.
No doubt. I think I can. Oh, you know what? I think last week I was out. Went over to the 9th grade academy for ELSIC. Oh. You know, I love an opportunity to pour back into the children because one of the things is when I was coming up, I didn't know what a realtor was. We had never really heard of them before. So whenever I can go out, speak to the children about entrepreneurship, serial entrepreneurship, or most definitely real estate, it's always impactful. So it was great talking to hundreds of kids.
See, this is the thing, though. See, they seeing Mr. Brooks now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Adult, mature, business owner, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So how do you relate to kids at that age, but then at the same time let them know I come from where you come from and I walk them same blocks you walk on?
You know,
I know it can be tough when they see you as a finished product.
Because sometimes, I don't, so it depends. So every class was kind of different, right?
Oh, wow.
Especially when I'm dealing with classes where I have student athletes in it. Mm-hmm. And so, student athletes, we all at that age believe that we're great. We're going to get this scholarship and we're going to go play in the NFL one day. So I really have an opportunity to pour into those classes even more because I can explain to them, I believe you. I believe that you can get a full scholarship. I was a part of that top 3 percentile that got a full scholarship to go play ball, right? And then I can also express to them why it's so important that ball is one thing, but education is really number one. Mm-hmm. Just because even if you make it to the highest of the high, you only got 5 years guaranteed. So at 25, 28 years old, what you going to do with the rest of the next 60 years of your life? So pointing to them that, and they always, like you said, they always ask amazing questions. And for me, the 9th grade was easy to relate to because I have a 16-year-old son. Right. So he's in the 9th grade too. So when they staring at me, looking lost, that's kind of the same energy I get when I'm double questioning this kid.
It's tough because, and the reason why I wanted to make sure I gave you a chance to talk about that experience is because so many people in the real estate community know how long you've been practicing real estate. They know how long I've been practicing real estate. And I think the newer agents need to understand how important it is, even when you're tenured, even when you're seasoned, even when you're experienced, to still be out on the pavement. Yeah. Setting up those grassroots connections.
I agree.
So for those new agents, what advice can you give them to not be nervous, to not be shy, to get out and put themselves out there in that way?
If you're looking for longevity, some people get in this business and they've just heard about the quick buck. They feel like every realtor that comes in, they make $700,000 to $800,000 a month seem like it. But I think that, for me, one of the things that I get from, because not only are you educating a student, the kids that are in the classroom, but you're educating the teachers. Mm-hmm. And I've been in classrooms before, and I've had teachers that have gotten into real estate part-time as another way to make discretionary income based on the conversation that I've been able to have with the students and the way that our profession looks. So I think it's always important that you go out as a new agent and you continue to pour into other people. It makes you more skillful at what you got going on as well. So you most definitely want to continue to do that.
And I appreciate you for sharing that tidbit, but today's episode is where it's one of those episodes where the Texas Real Estate King opens up his book of connects and allows the audience to take advantage of some of the fine professionals that you've had the opportunity to meet, network, and work with. So could you give our audience a little background as far as what you had to go through to secure a commitment from today's guest?
Well, the funny thing about today's guest, I've known for years. I've known him actually probably after I got into real estate about 2 years. So I've been knowing him for years. Some people would say generations, right?
Right.
And so it was an easy message to get my brother here. And then not only that, I'm seeing him perform actions in his field of study and influence, and just touching people that I come in contact with all the time. Matter of fact, there are a lot of our Prime Real Estate Network alumni that he's done business with. And so just reaching out to my brother, it was easy for him to say, come on, we're going to do this thing, man. What can I say, man? This is family.
Yes, sir.
We got family today.
Yes, sir.
And look, and without any further ado, I would like to introduce this week's guest. This fine gentleman is not only an expert in videography, he's an expert in photography. He's one of the most talented content creators that any person in the city of Houston has an opportunity to work with. I want to thank him for carving time out of a busy Thursday, because this man stays on the go. So I would like to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network the Prime Real Estate Network audience, the owner and founder of the Right Time Studio, Mr. Rashid Tillis. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm well. Honored to be here. Honored.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Because see, Larry, man, he kept it absolutely 100 with the audience, and I just want to double down, because the thing that I was so impressed with when I had a chance to do my due diligence and research, not only you as a creator, but also your company, was that there were so many respected professionals and entrepreneurs that Larry and I have partnered with, worked with, and also had as guests on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. So it just seemed like a natural marriage for somebody who works behind the camera, making so many people look their total best.
Yes, sir.
To have you come on and talk about what it is that you do and how you help everybody find that best look.
Man, listen, first I just want to say, Prime Real Estate Network, thank y'all for this opportunity to come on and share a little bit about my journey and what I love to do, and that's to help people elevate and to be seen. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
The impact of visual media and visuals through social media. It's all about how does your brand and your images and your content stand out above somebody else's.
Absolutely.
Everybody's swiping. You know what I mean? But how do you get them to stop when your picture or your video comes up? So that's my role behind the camera, is to make sure that your content gets seen and you're elevated.
No, because the thing that I was so impressed with is that there are a myriad of photographers and videographers, and a matter of fact, there's so many entrepreneurs, especially in the real estate space, who feel like they can shoot their own photos.
This is true.
And shoot their own video. But the things that you provide from a service perspective is something that I think is what makes you stand out and is unique.
Yes, sir.
So could you just share with our audience some of the content services that you provide, and real estate people like myself and Mr. Brooks, what is it that we get when we come to you for help?
It's elite service, my man. It's all about the client experience from the very moment you contact me. It's all about communication and understanding what it is you're trying to accomplish. Everybody has different goals for their visual media, what they're trying to create. So my job is to understand exactly from brand colors to the feel of your content, authenticity, the whole 9 yards. How consistent you're looking to post, if you're looking for just a one-off shoot, just to celebrate something or what have you. But at the end of the day, it's all about understanding what it is you're trying to accomplish. If you have, inspiration that you've seen, or you want to create something that's epic, something that's, edgy and just for you. So I think communication and services is what it's all about.
And this is for all of those people in the real estate community that check our show out on a regular basis. When real estate professionals, when they've come to you, what type of content have you helped them to create, just to give people some ideas of what's possible when they work with you, sir?
Yeah, so for real estate specifically, a lot of behind the scenes I think is important, because people want to connect with the realtor just separate from selling homes. Who are you as a real estate agent? Why'd you get into the industry? I always say this: if you don't capture behind the scenes, what you didn't happen.
Yeah.
Behind the
Come on
scenes
now.
is critical.
Okay.
So my tip to all the viewers out there, always show some form of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Whether it's, the messy part, the part that people don't see. You know, that's authentic. People want to see, where did you perhaps make a mistake. So that's the thing with real estate is behind the scenes. Obviously, you got to make the properties look nice.
Yeah.
You have to make the client experience look nice as far as, how you're selling homes or whether it's commercial property or what have you.
Yeah.
So it's just really encapsulating that whole experience from behind the scenes to the polished version of, what people want to present.
And and I want to bring this up to you, Larry, because one of the foundations of your marketing is your online content creation, things of that nature. So could you just speak towards the importance of having a reputable professional like Rashid actually guide you through that process? Because as real estate people, especially when they're new, Larry, there's so many things on their plate.
Yeah.
They know I need to market on social media.
For real.
But they may not necessarily see the value in investing in somebody professional.
Keyword,
So from that standpoint-
investing.
No, and I know, Larry, this is what we talk about.
in dollars, right?
It's
Like,
absolutely
it
an
makes sense.
investment.
Yeah, and the thing is somebody like you, like the terminology and the word, the views that you just gave,
Yes,
the
sir.
view that you just gave is impeccable. Like a lot of times they're gonna sit down with you and they're gonna have a vision, but they need somebody to help walk them through it.
That's right.
And just like you just kind of explained that's how you walk them through it, man. So it's like,
Yeah, man.
you kind of got the ideal in the roadmap, and when you follow your social media platform, you see it.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I was just reposting some things on yesterday that you do, and I'm just like, man, my guy's clean.
Yeah,
and I've been
man.
to
Appreciate
several
you.
events with you, and I'm just watching you work, watching you move,
Yes,
and
sir.
and so hands down, someone being able to tap into a professional's vision for them is really key, because a lot of times we just don't know. That's not our spirit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you got a professional that has done it several different times, they're taking away from maybe great ideas that they've gotten with other clients, as well as tapping that into what your vision is too. So
Well, let me explain why what you said is so key, because it's the reason why it's an investment is because it's so much more involved than just me pushing a button on the camera. That's the reason why this idea that me doing this with my iPhone is a farce.
Yeah.
That's just a false idea, because you have to make sure your hair is right.
Yeah.
You got to make sure your tone is right.
Yeah.
Believability when you're speaking into a camera. So me being that extra set of eyes and ears, I'm listening to you not only as a content creator, but I'm listening to you as a consumer.
No doubt.
Sometimes I'll tell my clients, we need to do another take. I didn't believe what you said.
Woo, come
That
on,
wasn't-
man, that's
that was
deep.
not believable.
That's deep, right.
I'll ask them, did you believe what you just said? And they say, nah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
So from my services and my team, you get the full gamut of what it means to when you publish something, it's gone through the gauntlet in terms of making sure that it's your best product, because you don't want to post something that's not your best product. That's one of the things I learned. So when you look at my content, I'm only pushing the best work, out there, because that's ultimately what people are going to book you for.
And just to
what's up,
speak to your point, I want the audience to know, man, Rashid is walking it and talking it. He has the right time team on deck today. He shoots
Shout out
behind
to
the
the
scenes
squad.
footage
Yes,
as
sir.
we
No
speak,
doubt
man.
about
So
it.
just know he walking it and talking it, man. And I want to thank you so much for your transparency.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because you've given away a priceless gem that I hope members of our audience have had a chance to pick up and put in their pocket.
Facts.
So for those who want to book a consultation,
Yes, sir.
how could they go about booking time with you online right now as they sit on the couch?
Very simple. Everything on social media for me is Right Time Solutions, and it's spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yeah.
It's always the right time.
Right.
When you look at your time, you say, "Oh yeah, I gotta go. It's the right time. I gotta get there."
Absolutely.
So all things right time. My website specifically is captured, like an image being captured, by RTS.com.
Okay.
Captured by RTS.com. The RTS is Right Time Solutions. And
Where did you get that from? Where the right
know
time
what?
hit
That's
you?
it.
Where it hit you? And where the vision come from? I just want to know.
It's a great question, man. I've had so many people try to get me to change my name.
Really?
So the first thing is, when you look at the right time, my name is Rashid Tillis.
That's right.
So the RT is actually a play on my initials.
Yeah.
So the right time is a play on the RT, my first and last initial.
Yeah.
But it started with that, right?
Yeah.
Is I write most people write their initials from left to right.
Yeah.
But I write my RT down. You know, it's like an R and then a T cross. So really, man, it was just an idea that I got back in 2006. And sometimes God will give you a vision in the form of a seed, and you'll, you know, get ahead of them sometimes. And me and my wife at the time were gonna start a nonprofit doing financial literacy. Actually, some things that are coming online now. But this idea of content creation, man, and media production has always been in my heart. I've been behind the camera since like 5th grade. I was always the one in the family like, hold on, wait. You know, pictures. This picture, man. Because here's what I believe. Life is a collection of moments.
Facts, man.
Life is a collection of moments. This is a moment right here, being on the set, us having this conversation. You'll get in your car, leave, you're headed to another moment. And it's all about what happens in those moments that make up, you know, the value and the quality of life. So I'm all about capturing moments. That's why if you look on my Instagram, I got this thing called Right Time Moments. And I'll walk people through what took place over the weekend. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So they can see like, oh wow, these are the collection of moments. And they get a chance to, you know, to kind of see the behind the scenes and experience.
Look, man, bro, I'm gonna tell you, dog, this first half. Hey, look, everybody in the audience who tuned in on time,
baby,
and is getting blessed with this game. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but in the meantime, call everybody you know who didn't check out this first segment to tap in for the second segment.
Yes, sir.
Rashid, thank you so much, sir. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
Yes, indeed.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W. Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
3 years ago, I set out on a mission to create the blueprint for how we could go into our own neighborhoods, buy blocks, renovate them, and combat the negative effects of gentrification. Today, that vision is reality. Our project is located in the heart of the historic Lyons Avenue Business District in 5th Ward of Houston. Lyons Avenue was once a thriving black business district with businesses and commerce. However, after desegregation, that all changed. Now, we are recreating that legacy. These buildings are 100 years old. We just gave them a new life. This house was built in 1925 and was vacant for years. It's now a podcast studio and is rented out as an event space for everything from engagement parties to TV commercials, music videos. City Council even had meetings here. We've had birthday parties. We've had baby showers. And the $5,000 to $10,000 a month generated in this building.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential commercial real estate, I'm your man. Reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you are an aspiring real estate professional, currently studying for your real estate license, or you are a realtor and you're looking for some help, a change, or a new real estate family, visit our website at brooksanddavis.com, schedule a consultation. We would love to talk to you about everything that's going on in Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, the educational tools we provide, and the support that people like Mr. Brooks and Mr. Michael G. Davis provide to the members of our real estate family every day on a regular basis. Today has been a great episode. I'd like to introduce my co-host, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
We're in the building, man.
In rare form, man. You outdid yourself today, brother.
Hey, you know what? The funny thing is, man, is I'm sitting here next to one of my partners, and I'm super impressed because you know how you know your people do what they do.
That's my man, right?
Been around them doing what they do. You already know. Dropping these gems consistently. Come on, man.
You already know, man.
My circle is fire. Y'all better stop playing.
Salute.
Yeah.
And I want to thank our guest. Our guest this week is the owner and founder of the Right Time Studio and the Right Time Solutions. We want to thank him because I know how Thursdays are for him and how busy he gets leading into the weekend. Today's guest, and I want to introduce him, like I said before, is Mr. Rashid Tillis. How you doing, sir?
Man, glad to be here. Doing well. How y'all feel?
Hey, man,
living, brother, man. Your energy is so strong. You dropping such gems that I just don't want to delay, and I want to get right back to it. But first things first.
Yes, sir.
You talked about you and your wife working together. You had a vision. But for our audience, what did you do before you founded the Right Time Studio, Right Time Solution, and before you embarked on this journey of entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. So I came out of Prairie View 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, all day. I know what time it is.
You're right.
Prairie View produces productive people.
Indeed.
Sound like a billboard.
You know what I'm saying? hey, a lot of people live up to that motto.
No doubt.
So I got my bachelor's in criminal justice and a minor in communications. But part of my story and my testimony is a week after I graduated from college, I got locked up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is how, God woke me up, and I really found that I needed to slow the train down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And spent 3 days in the county, man. That was the longest 3 days of my life.
No doubt.
And when I walked out of the county jail, I said,
it was Harris County.
listen,
Dirty.
sitting in the Harris County jail, orange jumpsuit, like I know what that feel like, man. So when I got out, that was the turnaround for me, man. And I basically had to start over. I had my degree, but I couldn't get a job because I had 2 felonies on my record. Man. So I had to start from zero.
Wow.
So I was driving around looking for now hiring signs, and I drove into Papa Seafood House right there by Sharpstown Plaza. They know it now. It's Plaza America.
Yeah.
You already know. It was Sharpstown. Man, I drove in there, and that was the moment right there that changed my life. They gave me that blue shirt. They gave me that apron and that menu. And I said, I'm going to become the best waiter in this restaurant. Yeah. Because they were the ones willing to give me an opportunity with that background. Right. Yeah. And that was where it started. So I waited tables for 3 years and became proficient. I used to study the menu, I didn't even need to write nothing down. I just wanted I wanted to serve with excellence. And that was what that job taught me, was how to provide stellar service and create an experience, even just coming into a restaurant. Yeah. So I did that, and then I went into nonprofit. Long story real short, met a CPA. He would come in for lunch, and he was interviewing me, and I didn't even know it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And I had told him my story about my background, and he said, man, we're going to give you a job with your background. Yeah. And that was my introduction into the nonprofit sector. I spent 15 years in nonprofit, and I resigned from United Way of Greater Houston last year. And I've been running my business full time ever since.
No, it's so strong that you said it, and so powerful, because one of the things that Mr. Brooks talk about and we talk about on the show a lot is the power of volunteerism.
Yes, sir.
The power of philanthropy.
Yes, sir.
Being out, being a part of the community at large.
Power.
And you are a standing, walking, talking testimony.
Thank you.
That giving of yourself for free can pay you back 1,000-fold over time.
But the young wisdom that he had to know that, okay, this job is giving me an opportunity when so many people are closing their doors. I'm going to service it to the best of my abilities and become such an expert. And now, see, that's how God blesses you, right?
Absolutely.
Because now in his own business, he learned the system to now he can carry over.
Man, listen.
Man, you can't make that up.
You get trained at Papa's.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can wait tables and you can serve anywhere.
No
They
doubt
provide that training that I provided as a service and a waiter is the very thing I employ in my business to this day.
That makes
and
sense.
it's how, when that person walks through that door to come in, eat for lunch or dinner or what have you, to provide an experience from the time they walk in to the time that they leave.
And I gotta ask you this, Sheed. Is there a member of your family? Was it close personal friend, member of the church, father, uncle, mom, aunt, who was a business owner, entrepreneur, a go-getter?
Yes, sir.
That served as an example for you young, that when you got out here in this game, you could tap back into those old memories and have just an opportunity to be like, yeah, I remember that. Let me get after it some more.
This question is, I hadn't really considered the answer to this question, but now that you just asked me, I realize where it came from. And honestly, this is just being completely authentic. It came from the streets, man. Yeah. It was the hustle in the street.
No doubt.
Nobody in my family has been an entrepreneur. My father did go to college, and that inspired me. So that was part of why I went to college. But there was nobody who stepped out to start a business or do anything outside of the box. And man, I learned hustling from the streets, man. I was that kid in high school selling CDs.
Come on, man.
Selling DVDs.
Tell them about it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody. I was breaking the law. I was breaking copyright law. But man, I was printing. You remember the screen print shirts where they would put the picture on the shirt? Yeah. Man, I would sell anything I could get my hands on. So for some reason, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah. And it's funny because my wife says, I don't care about my husband. He gonna always be able to provide. Yeah. If he got to go and fish and sell fish, at a market or something, he gonna take care of us. So honestly, I can't pinpoint one person, But I had a lot of OGs from the hood, man, that would give me the bag, and you know, I come back with it, man. And I don't glorify that, but you know, you learn from the streets sometimes.
You do.
And that wisdom from the streets can be applied to live a, you know, a healthy and balanced life.
It's the things that we learn at that childhood. Certain things you just don't forget, man. Like you, and I can. Ideally, a large part of my life came from that exact same example, right?
Sir.
And so, like, I always, when I was talking to the kids on last Thursday, one of the things I explained to them, I was talking about how I used to sell candy in like middle school, high school.
Yes, sir.
Sold candy in college.
Pure
and
hustle.
My same
Pure
business
hustle,
model. So my business model. So when I would be selling candy, someone would always be like, "Well, hey, I want to do it. Okay, well, here, let me give you a basket. You go sell on this other hallway." In college, it was okay. Here, I'm gonna give you some candy. You go sell in this dorm for me, right?
Yeah.
Well, my real estate business model is built the exact same way.
That's right.
I've duplicated myself, and now I got over 70 plus agents across the city that are out doing the exact same thing,
solid.
man.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
That's solid, man. And let me just add this. I remember growing up, I wanted Jordans and I wanted the other stuff that kids have.
Yeah.
But growing up in a single parent home, my mom doing the best she could, she couldn't afford to buy me those J's.
Facts.
So when I say I learned from the streets, I had to learn ways, you know, that were not so righteous of how to get those Jordans that I wanted. So now, obviously, I'm not in that lifestyle, but applying some of that same mentality and go-getter spirit has, you know, worked for me now.
You know, principles, because a lot of times with those principles, you learn how to get past fear. That's one of the solid things. You get past fear. You get past sometimes not knowing how to communicate to people. You just get past that fear.
That's right.
Shout out to my Aunt Cynthia on them Jordans, man. She used to match me. I cut grass and then she matched me on that.
That's love.
No, but I will say this, and this is something that's really important because I want everybody in the audience to truly gain something from the experience of hearing your words, is that as children, you can't always pick the environment that you're raised in.
Man.
But there are always gems that you pull.
Yeah. So true.
You know what I'm saying? There's always diamonds out there. There's always roses out there, even in places where you don't think that they should be. So take the opportunity, even if you feel like the environment that you're in isn't the most conducive to success, because there are successful people everywhere.
That's right.
And everybody can give you a jewel of game. To be able to put you over the top when the time presents itself. So I want to thank you so much for sitting in.
Man.
For our audience, for those that have just truly been moved by your message and your energy and your spirit, how can the Prime Real Estate Network audience come out, meet, greet, and interact with Mr. Rashid Tillis in the flesh?
So follow me on social media, Right Time Solutions. I'm actually going to be hosting what I call creative meetups. I'll have a more fancy name, you know, but that's the essence of what it is.
There it is.
So I have my own studio in West Chase off of Westheimer in the Beltway. Shout out to the Right Time Studio. And I'll be inviting people like yourself, people like the viewers to come in, get a headshot, update it, and just come in and fellowship and enjoy, you know, a time of networking with creatives. So be sure to follow me so you'll know when those dates are soon to come. So otherwise, just follow me, man. I'm tapped in heavy on social media.
Hey, look, no, that's what
a
it is.
movement over here. Y'all
know what I'm saying?
keep up with Right Time. It's a movement.
See, since my man, Mr. Brooks, is back this week, man, and normally this is the part of the show where I put him on the spot and ask him to tell all his personal business. I'm going to try to do better this week. So I'm going to step up and lead. Look, this week, tap in. Follow the Texas Real Estate King, Texas Real Estate King on Instagram. Follow Prime Real Estate Network. Follow Larry W. Brooks on Facebook. Check out the Brooks and Davis page on Instagram and keep up with everything that's going on at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. We have study halls. We have new buyer orientations. If you're a new agent and you're thinking about you need tutelage and you want to learn at the knee of the Texas Real Estate King,
go get that.
That's possible too.
That's
So
right.
look, man, everybody out there, stay tapped in. Follow. Any final words before we sign off this week, sir?
Nah, man, I love it, man. I want to let my brother know I appreciate it.
I appreciate
Keep
you,
doing your
man,
thing.
and Rick. Y'all solid, man.
Hey,
For
look,
real. We
man.
need more time.
Hey, you already know. On behalf of Mr. Tillis, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and myself, Rick Davis, I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week. In the meantime, in between time, if you need us, we just a text, inbox message, or a direct message away. Until next Thursday in the 12 o'clock hour, everyone out there in the audience, please be safe and be blessed.